Please be seated. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the graduation of our 2018 Year 12 students and to acknowledge our special guests this evening. Ms. Cheryl Malloy, Executive Director of the Anglican Schools Commission, Professor Susan Brandis, Chairman of School Council, Mr. Dean Evans and Ms. Deborah Buckley, Members of School Council, Ms. Jamie Crowe, Guest Speaker and 2013 School Captain, Professor Mark Brimble, Head of Administration, Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics, Griffith University, Foundation Chair, Mrs. Leanne Crawley, and our Foundation member, Luke Henderson. Support Group Presidents, Michaela Palm from Yallery. Please join with me in welcoming our special guests. I'd now like to invite Nora Hedges, Year 10 Yallery student, to the stage to begin with the acknowledgement of our traditional owners. Nora will be followed by Father Patrick with the opening prayer.
I respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Kumba people of the Yugambeh Nation, and their care of it for thousands of years. Open to the Spirit who has ever been present here, we resolve to appreciate its beauty and be wise stewards of its resources.
The Lord be with you. Let's bow our heads in prayer. Let's pray for our graduates, the class of 2018. Good and gracious God, this is the day, Lord. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today is the culmination of years of work, years filled with challenge and triumphs, losses and laughter, friendships and growth. We thank you, Lord, for getting us safely to this day. We thank you for the gift of family, friends and teachers who supported these students and celebrate them with them now. Dear God, bless these graduates, everyone, and fill them with the spirit of your love. We pray as they go forth to set the world on fire, may they remember you in all things and see you in all people. May they continue to challenge themselves intellectually and share the fruit of their knowledge. May their commitment to justice lead them to make a positive difference in our world. May they build community wherever they go and remain forever the important part of our community that they are today. May they, through their ongoing growth in wisdom and grace, bring others to you as they share their talents in the wider world. We ask all this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, who unites us with one another and with you forever. Amen.
Please be upstanding for the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, our graduates of 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present the class of 2018. Tonight the girls will be presented to Dr. Julie Wilson-Reynolds, Principal, and Ms. Wendy Lyman, Deputy Principal. They will receive a gift as a symbol of their time at school, a Bible and a mug, and their Old Girl badge, as tonight signals their time for moving from school into the next part of their journey. Crystal Lou. Cheryl Chong. Vanessa Diu. Madison Beale. Alexandra Carey. Natalie
Natalie Hoffman. Brianna Cardiff. Ruby Hutchison. Joyce C. Talia Baker. Lucy Koenig. Zara Quelch. Sophie Fan. Queenie Chan. Tennille Fleming. Caitlin Green. Lenka Rivers. Ebony Gallagher. Rachel Lynn. Charlotte Coman. Alexandra Wheaton. Rebecca Zong. Eleni Clifton. Savannah Merrick. And Zoe Wong. Neve Hayden. Karina Lee. Jada DeVuy. Nam Ko. Ella Park. Rachel Lowe. Sasha Shukin. Annalise Whittingham. Margot Castor. Keely Whittaker. Rachel Gadd. Carla Tulloch. Tara Rose McDonald. Alana Chesser. Francesca Sweetman. Georgia Baker. Mackenzie Kirsch. Grace McLeod. Abby Clemenson. Eliza McMillan. Kiara Linane. Taylor Payton. McDonald. Olivia Furnell. Cassandra Kleeman. Danielle Scott. Luna Priestley. Nolan Vallette. Emma May Ellis. Trinity Liao. Lauren Pritchard. Macy Shields. Adele Skaisbrook. Sachi James Mason. Hannah Shrubsall. Tina Zhang. Spencer Leo. Hayley Stanich. Charlotte Mitchell. Sarah Burke. Ivy Sue. Natasha Mills. Imogen Renwick. Jessica Suter. Anna Finlayson. Savannah Parsons. Kylie Vile. Ruby Dennis. Eve McCauley. Isabel Crowther. Shayla Doherty. Lillian Murphy. Nicolina Boschnak. Orla McCann. Catherine Kaysen. Iman Shah. Marcella Cowan. Sophie Rice, Mercedes Edmonds, Emily Cook, Tara Pearl, Jasmine G, Jordan Bennett, Claudia Bexton, Larissa Perrin, Zoe Jupp, Emma Korf, Angeline Holly, Cecilia Wong, Zara Harmer, Jessica Kerr, Emma Kelly, Nikki Campbell, Charlie Mitchell, Afrida Imrose, Amelia Connolly, Kiara Harrison, Tony Lurch, Gabrielle Smalling, Mayor Ivrist Migliore, Ava Alderson, Charlotte Mitchell. Ladies and gentlemen, the senior class of 2018.
As the girls take their seat, I just want to say, well done, girls. It is a joy to shake your hands. It's a joy to see you here tonight, and it's a joy to say, welcome to the old girls. And I appreciate that tonight is a wonderful, special night for you and your families. This week saw the presentation and the release of Michelle Obama's autobiography. And I was fascinated by the title. She has called her book Becoming. I don't know if that strikes you as odd, but it made me pause and think. Becoming. The title suggests a work in progress, an unfinished journey, a step along the way. Is that what you think of when you think of the life of the former First Lady of the United States of America? Michelle Obama strikes me as a woman who has arrived. She's a woman who has already attained many of the hallmarks of importance in our modern world. She's completed an excellent education. She established her own career. She married a very successful man. She raised 2 fine daughters. She demonstrated an intelligent mind. She lived a most privileged and powerful position. She's been the wife, advisor and partner of the most powerful man in the political world. How, after all this, could she consider her life story to be best summed up by the word becoming? I I love the fact that she suggests that the story is not done yet, and that she challenges us to consider the process of becoming for ourselves. So Year 12, old girls, I have a question for you tonight. Who are you becoming? I don't expect any of you have the complete answer yet. Many of us, many decades further along our journeys than you, are still wrestling with that question. But if your life journey is your very own autobiography, entitled Becoming, then tonight you get to begin to write a new chapter in your very own story. Tonight you will take all the challenges, joys, achievements, disappointments, opportunities that have been your experience at St Hilda's, and you will begin writing the next instalment of your story. Now, this time of year prompts us as teachers and parents to consider the becoming process. I know there will be many parents here tonight struggling to come to terms with the significance of this evening. How is my little girl suddenly on this stage, being farewelled? She is my baby. She can't be an adult yet. How did this happen? When did this miraculous transformation occur without me noticing? Over the last week, I have had 5 encounters that have reminded me of your journey, Year 12. Let me share them with you. Firstly, I spent some time last weekend with a mum of one of our girls in pre-prep. I don't know if you remember those years. I know your parents will. As she spoke about her daughter and her daughter's teacher, her eyes lit up, and I could see the love she has for her very little girl. Parents, does that seem like yesterday to you? She was celebrating the fact that her daughter has a voracious appetite for learning, and she's eager to get to school every morning to learn something new. She's so proud of her little one. I saw that same love yesterday, girls, in the eyes of your parents at the reflection service. Second little vignette. One of our mums lent me a book recently to read. It's the true story of a Queensland girl, Alyssa Azar, who at the age of 12 decided she would climb Mount Everest. I must say the story fascinated me. To be so young and to set your sights on a goal that very few adults achieve is extraordinary. It took her 6 years of training, hard work, fierce determination. She had to transform her body and her mind to face the incredible challenge which Everest is. Her story is a remarkable one. Girls, the goals that are set in our youth are often the most powerful. Last week I also had lunch with Year 10 girls who this year have returned from exchange. And I asked them to share what they had learnt about themselves. With very few exceptions, they said they had surprised themselves by being in a new place, known by no one, away from the school friends who knew who they were, and they proudly talked about stepping up to challenges with greater confidence and reinventing themselves. It was really quite profound. They had taken that opportunity in a strange place, surrounded by people who didn't know them, to transform themselves. Girls, you are on the eve of such a journey. And I spent some time last week also talking with one of our Year 12 girls. She came to share with me something she would like to see improved at St Hilda's. At the end of our honest and very grown-up conversation, I asked her how she was feeling about leaving school. She said she was proud of the way St Hilda's had encouraged her to use her voice She was proud that she had made the time to come and see me. She said her only regret was taking so very long to take up that opportunity. She wished she hadn't fought that transformation and had been more confident to speak up when she was in Year 7. Girls, tonight you become alumni. I had lunch with a group of alumni or older girls on Saturday who were celebrating their 60-year reunion. They look back on a mix of wonderful memories and sometimes difficult times. One of the alumni walked through Borders reception with me and smiled at the group of boarders who were there, being visited by some of their friends from TSS. Her eyes lit up as she saw them, and I could see that she was going back into a memory of her own. She described to me an event where the girls had been invited to go to TSS. Her mother had crafted a special skirt and a white broderie anglaise shirt, and her mother had spent much time crafting this for her. That afternoon, as she lined up to be farewelled by the headmistress, she was rebuked for wearing a skirt and a blouse and not wearing the dress that she'd been told to get. As she described that to me, you could see the fear and the pain that had gone with that memory. She was terrified that she would not be allowed to go to TSS because of this misdemeanour in her attire. But the pain disappeared as she started recalling the generosity of her mother, who had worked so hard to fashion that outfit for her. She said that despite what had happened that afternoon, she knew that skirt and that blouse were beautiful and that it had been made with love. Her memory of her mother's love had been a transforming moment for her. Year 12, who are you becoming? I hope, like our pre-prep girl, your transformation will be based on an energy for learning. I hope, like the Year 12 adventurer, you will set your sights on your own mountains to climb, and you will work hard to prepare for the journeys that will transform you. I hope, like our Year 10 exchange girls, you will discover the ability to reinvent yourself over and over again with every new chapter that life provides. I hope, like your fellow graduate, you will find your voice and use it for good in a world that needs to hear it. And I hope, like our old girl, when disappointment strikes your journey, that you will cling on to the transformative values of generosity and love. Who are you becoming? Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing and perfect will." If there is just one thing, girls, that I want you to take with you tonight, it is an understanding that each of you has the potential to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Some might embrace it as positive psychology, others as mindfulness, spirituality, or faith. I believe it stems from knowing that I am not the beginning and the end of the universe. That each one of us is created by God, made in his image, designed to love and be loved. Knowing that there is a bigger purpose to your life and to your world will indeed transform you. In fact, it will transform everything. Girls, I hope that above all you will never conform to the pattern of this world. That you will always consider the higher calling that God invites you to embrace. I pray pray that your lives will be marked by purpose and joy, and that you will know and share real and transformative love. Year 12, I want to thank you for everything you have contributed to St Hilda's over many years. I look forward to reading the unfolding chapters of your lives. Thank you for sharing a part of that with our community. You are beautiful young women, and I am proud of who you are becoming. Thank you.
On the 2018 seniors page.
Blimey, sorry I'm late. I just had to fly back from Buckingham Palace. King George really dragged out the conversation. Wow, Ruby, I didn't know we had to wear school uniform.
You didn't. It was optional. Lily, where's your Panama?
Oh, I left that at Mr. Powell's office 50 years ago. I didn't know we had to bring it. St. Hilda's 50 years old. Have you never looked so beautiful? Even smells the same. Oh, Hilda. Oh, stop being so dramatic, Alex. You were literally here yesterday. Your granddaughter is a student here. You pick her up every day.
I really gotta go. Okay, ladies, let's make this quick. I've got places to be and therapists to see. Where's your navy ribbon? Oh, look. I did wear one 50 years ago and I'm really not going to start now. Never mind. Where's Adele?
Oh, her memory's fading. She probably forgot. Oh, let's be honest, ladies. It wasn't that good to begin with.
We need to get this reunion speech written.
Okay, Adele! Adele! Adele!
Adele!
Adele? Where is she? Adele!
Adele!
Adele?
Who?
Oh, there she is!
Adele!
Come over here!
Over here! Where?
Over here!
Oh.
She'll probably be late. She usually is.
Okay, ladies. We have one day to write this reunion speech, and we need to make sure Adele's late. We need to make sure we include all the 5 values of St Hilda's: hope, compassion, grace, love. So I've assigned you all each one. Lily, your grace. Tara, your hope. Adele, your love. And Alex, your forgiveness. And I'm compassion.
Okay, ladies, can we take a seat? I can't stand much anymore. You know, standing is almost as vigorous as our learning days. Remember how rigorous they were in our period of learning?
Come on, ladies, we're getting old there.
Okay, let's start off the speech with love. Adele, what have you got? Okay, well, I might not remember much from 50 years ago, maybe this morning, but I sure remember how much we loved our sport and the feeling of being a part of a team. I even remember some of the sporting cliques. culture in our reunion speech, especially since 2018 was the 100th year anniversary of QGSSA sport. Sport was such a big part of our culture, whether you love to play it or love to watch it from the grandstands and dance to the Yui boom.
Talking about dancing, the Year 10 Dance Assembly.
What does that have to do with love?
Everything. We learned how to love each other's different talents and strengths. We loved coming together as a grade to put on a show for the whole school. And we loved the dancing shreds. How does anyone forget?
What are you doing in my sport? What are you doing in my sport?
Value of love. It was such a special event where we all came together, not only as a class, but as a whole cohort and worked as one.
Yeah, through that experience, we definitely learned love, forgiveness, hope, and grace, all of them.
I think we all learned together. If we want to talk about our grade and all bonding and loving each other, we have to mention grade 10 camp.
Oh, that was absolutely feral. I had to sleep right next to Miss O'Neill, and every time I made the slightest noise, I had to grab her with chocolates. And I got in trouble every single time I accidentally left the aircon on in my cabin.
See, I just remembered how we loved each other as a cohort, sharing stories and love secrets. And remember when we came back to school, we had tons and tons of those whole grade morning teas? They were so much fun.
So that's like my whole life story.
Thanks, guys. I'm so glad our whole grade is united. Let's all sit together at morning tea. I'll make a Facebook page. I'll see every single one of you on Monday.
That is exactly the opposite of what happened. It was more like this.
Sometimes it feels so insecure, and love so distant and obscure.
What a foundation of love was created on which our grade was built upon for the 2 years following.
Exactly. So now that we have love covered, I really need to think of something for compassion.
Compassion is easy. We were surrounded by it every day. You know, I was purely astounded by the amount of genuine and initiative compassion that the girls showed in 2018. True. I mean, we had Charlie Mitchell begin a new St. Hilda's tradition with girls cutting their hair to give wigs for people affected by cancer. And I can't believe this tradition has been carried on for 50 years. If that's not compassion, then I don't know what is.
Feels as though it was just yesterday when everyone got matching bobs.
Goodness, guys. I cannot believe we raised over $15,000. I'm so proud.
I just love knowing that such a small thing can make a big difference to someone's life.
Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me.
Oh my gosh, what have I done?
I look like Lord Farquhar. Oh my god, I'm rocking this look.
That dignity.
Oh, yes. Let me get in contact with Frida. She would give us one hell of a speech. She was always supporting the less fortunate.
You know, actually, I don't think the Frida Dr. Perez could make it. I mean, she's still at that crisis in the Pacific.
Like what? I hear she's president of the UN. She's been doing incredible things for women for over 30 years. She was so amazing at school, and all the younger girls looked up to her so much. Okay, next is forgiveness. Alex, give me your best.
Okay, well, I've been thinking about it a lot, And, I'm really thankful that we were forgiven, that we were forgiven for secretly ordering Uber Eats.
Emily, it was all the rage 50 years ago. I remember it was like full-on Mission Impossible, trying to get him without the teacher spotting me.
Yeah, and then it got banned.
We can't have that in this speech. We need something more mushy, more meaningful.
What other events did you have in mind?
There's always the reflection service.
Wait, what does that have to do with forgiveness?
Well, Doc forgave us for being really aggro, and we forgave her for trying to alter the service.
I like it. Let's have it. I tell you what, the people I have never forgiven and never will are those younger grades who always waltzed in and used our common room. I don't want to ever see you girls in my common room ever again!
I think they just wanted to use microwaves that actually worked.
We are not talking about microwaves in our 50-year reunion speech, Adele. Next on the agenda is Hope. Tara? Hello, yeah, your turn. The only thing I was hoping for in grade 12 was to not let Steve McCabe down in the QCM test, alright?
My mind's gone.
Yes?
Oh, all those late nights with our heads in the pathway to success book. Those UCF's workshops felt like a boot camp.
The only class we were on was Friday afternoon with Steve. I remember I was hoping it would get cancelled so we could go to Slendy instead. Now, girls, let me remind you, no leaving before 4:30 p.m. Now, how does the colour orange make you feel? Wrong. Happy? Wrong. Sad. That is so wrong, it's not even funny. Everyone drop and give me 10 multiple choice questions. Sorry, Steve. Now, if I was to show you this image, what acronym would you use? All the cloudy days last longer in summer months. God, it would feel like summer if I was a sweater right now. They must be having so much fun. Good times.
Just let me comment. What? That's when I felt the most hope. The whole day I was hoping I wouldn't get infected with gastro. All the houses would win. You know, I just hate competition.
But it was a competition. Melaleuca, Carrigaroo, Banksia, they were all meant to battle it out until there was one house left standing.
The houses were all about hope. Hoping your fellow housemate would help you over the finish line. Hoping you could work together as a house. Hoping you could possibly win. Hoping that
Owen Park would flood across the country.
Hoping you'd remember to bring money for boost juice.
No, it was much more than that. I mean, we had house musicals, house plays,
house debating.
Oh, forget about houses. The real rivalry is between Borders and Daygirls.
Yeah.
Grace wouldn't be scared of anything. Okay, now what? You remember the 2018 school musical? Wizard of Oz? Lily was the Wicked Witch of the West?
And that 90-year-old dog, so cute. He had a mind of his own, though. I'm telling you.
The amount of improvisation was unbelievable. Really couldn't work with him. I mean, the little animal had his own trailer. But it was so much fun. Let's see if the evil still lurks inside of me. I'll get you eventually, my pretty. Your little dog, too! Lily, are you going to show us your Wicked Witch impression?
Okay, the final thing we need to mention in our speech is grace. Lily, what do you have in mind?
Well, I don't think we were ever as graceful as we were on formal night. Oh, that was such a good night. Shame about all those venue changes, though. I mean, there was the Continental, the Royal Pines, the Convention Centre, Bottom Uni. SeaWorld even became an option. Wow, we really must have been desperate. But we acted gracefully. Remember what was important about formal. We were all together as a grade celebrating our senior year.
Luckily, no one showed up to the wrong venue. Well, I mean, not that we know of. Yes. Finally, for once, I'm early. Okay. We need something about the music side of the school. Any suggestions?
I have to say, music graced me with the ability of organisation. Being a part of a music group really made us organised because we always had practice and performance, but we were always on time for everything. You sure? Positive. Never missed a second of any class.
Okay, well, ladies, I think that concludes our reunion speech planning. We've managed to incorporate all 5 values into our St Hilda's cohorts.
Oh, we will never forget our 2018 motto. It's helped me for 50 years. Be present and live in the moment. And our life has been made up of these moments, and it's these moments at school who shaped who we are today.
No matter how much my memory fades, I'll never forget you guys and our years at St Hilda's. I can't guarantee anything.
Each year, the seniors have sung I Was Here by Queen Bee, and I think it's only right if we do it one last time. Come on, it's basically a school song.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. No, there was something bad and something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I leave no regrets. Leave something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted. More than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here.
Good evening. I thought that was really interesting. So 50 years' time, those girls I worked it out, they'll be about 67, 68. My my hope for them is that they age much better. Now, not they appeared, I would recommend some really good skin cream, a decent hairdresser, give up the cigarettes, forget about the alcohol, and walk to work every day, because they didn't age very well, did they? Can we give them a clap though? What a And I found it particularly interesting because next year I actually celebrate my 40th reunion, not from school but from university, and I hope I'm in better nick than what some of those girls were. Okay, look, it's a great honour to always introduce our guest speaker, and this year we've got Jamie Crow. Now, I remember Jamie. Jamie was the school captain, and she would have been a school captain, I think, when you girls were in year 7. Is that correct? So she would have been one of the big girls at the school that you looked up to. And she graduated in 2013, and she went on to study a Bachelor of Commerce at Griffith University. And I remember seeing Jamie in about her first year at uni. She looked a bit gawky, I must remember. And she was in typical university dress, which is usually short shorts and a t-shirt top. So you see the students tonight in their uniforms for the last time, very well-loved uniforms, and you see them at university and the dress standards sort of slip. And then you see them come out and come back as young professional women, and it's like this amazing transformation, or this becoming, which Dr. Julie Wilson talked about. And Jamie went into a career in STEM, so she did a Bachelor of Commerce, she did a student leadership program, she did an internship with the Department of Trade and Investment. She went on to do some work with the United Nations as part of the student leadership group. And in 2017, she actually moved to Canberra, moved from the Gold Coast to Canberra. Why would you do that? She did a magnificent job as a graduate at the Commonwealth Department of Industry and Innovation and Science. And that is a remarkable opportunity. So Jamie is an interesting story, interesting because in 2013 she was up on this stage just like you girls were tonight. She's gone to university, she's worked really, really, really hard, and I saw her tonight and I hardly recognised her because she's no longer got the short shorts on. She no longer looks like a St Hilda's girl, she no longer looks like a uni student, but she's now a very, very accomplished young woman of the world and working as an economist in the office of the chief economist. So that's pretty amazing. And it's pretty amazing from a STEM point of view, but it's also amazing in that she's come back tonight to share her story with us. So I'd like you to welcome Jamie back to St Hilda's.
Gosh, I would have dressed up at uni if I knew I was going to get an introduction like that. Good evening, everyone. What a pleasure it is to be here. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Yugambeh people, and their elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here celebrating with us tonight. So the last time any of you might have seen me, as Professor Brandis said, would have been in 2013 when you were in year 7. Next slide. This was our English class. We probably look a bit different if you don't recognise me. Hopefully there's a face there that you recognise. And I was school captain. I was playing trumpet in 3 bands and singing in 2 choirs. I remember I barely had a minute to spare. Every minute there was something I had to be doing. But I was pretty lucky when I was sitting in graduation. I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do with the next stage of my life. I'd chosen to study a Bachelor of Commerce with a double major in Economics and Finance at Griffith, just down the road, so not too far from home. I spent my first year of uni really focusing on my studies. And trying to work out what it meant to be an adult, which I still haven't worked out, and I think parents, you might agree, we may never work out what that means. But after being part of so many bands and choirs in schools, going to so many SRC meetings and prefect type things, it was really weird to me to just have uni and my academics to focus on, and I really needed something else to fill my time and fill my brain. So I thought I'd look into a few clubs at uni. I decided if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I looked for opportunities to do things I already knew I loved.
So I joined the university's a cappella choir and the business school's student leadership program. An opportunity then came up for me to try Model United Nations, where you represent a country in a pretend version of the UN. This connected me to other students from all over Australia. I travelled up to Brisbane, not too far away, but to Sydney, Perth and Canberra for the first time since year 7, that was very bizarre, to learn about and solve world issues. I really was never learning more or becoming more aware of the world around me, and I was hooked. In my last year of uni, everything seemed to come together. Next slide. And the next one, please. Sorry. Awesome. So that top picture on the left is my a cappella choir winning the national championships in 2016, making us the best university choir for that year. And on the right-hand side was, as Professor Brandis said, I represented Australia at the G200 Youth Forum, where I got to put my sort of pretend skills into practice. So a quick note about the G200 Forum, because it sounds very impressive when you say I led the Australian delegation. So when you filling out your application form for the conference, they ask you what kind of cabinet member would you like to be for your Australian delegation. So you can be the head of the delegation, you can be the Minister for Finance, Economics, all sorts. So I thought I'd try my luck and I put a tick in the box that said head of delegation, and then the ones that I thought I'd get, the economics, financy ones. When I got my acceptance to the conference, I was accepted as head of delegation, which shocked me and surprised me, and I felt very honoured. But when I got to Germany, and I spoke to the other Australians in our delegation, everyone else was just as scared as me that they wouldn't have gotten head of delegation, but they weren't brave enough to tick the box. So I sort of got it by default, I think. So, back on track. This then culminated in me getting a graduate position at the end of my 3-year degree as an economics grad at the Department of Industry, Innovation and Science down in Canberra, where I've worked with data on all kinds of policy and programs to try and make our businesses and people reach their potential. I find my job very rewarding, and I can't think of a better way for me to use my skills and my love of data to make Australia a better place. And if you see the next slide, that's me outside my office. So now, I want to take you back to the next slide, where these are all of the borders from 2013. So I was sitting where you were, and I was pretty sure of my decision to go to uni, but not sure what was really coming. And a few rows away from me was Heidi Morris, and Heidi's the one on the bottom left there, and I'm on the right. Though she and I were boarders, but she would affectionately call me Jermaine, which is the next slide. There. I don't see the resemblance, but you tell me. So back to the next slide. What I didn't know was Heidi was sitting in our graduation very worried about what lay ahead. All her friends were getting ready for uni, picking their degrees, excited about their options. She'd put a couple of preferences into UAC, but she didn't really know what she wanted to do. She ended up deferring whatever degree she accepted. She can't even remember when I spoke to her on the phone earlier this week. And she decided to take a gap year. She did a bit of travelling, she worked on some farms during the harvest season just to work up a bit of money and to start thinking. It was during this deferment she was able to accept there's no rush. Uni would always be there if she wanted to give it a go. She was loving her time, helping with the harvest on farms all over Australia and Canada, some of which were 350 k's from the nearest town and 8 hours from the nearest hospital. Heidi was still under pressure though. Her friends had all gone off to uni, they were living in Sydney and Melbourne or here on the Gold Coast, and they'd ask why is she happy to go to these farms in the middle of nowhere with no phone service or nightlife on a Saturday night. She decided the best way to tell them was to show them. And on the next slide you'll see the first photo she posted to Instagram on this journey of trying to show her friends why she was passionate about what she was doing. She thought everyone could take a photo like this. She didn't realise what a special talent and privilege she had between her fingers and the lens. On the next slide, you'll see some photos that NBN, Akubra, R.M. Williams started paying her to take. These are some of the Australian stories she has shared with the world. Heidi, through these photos and through her journey, has been able to travel the world, visiting 28 countries in the last 5 years, with the 29th happening in December, to take photos of new cultures and people. So although Heidi and I chose very different paths, at our core, we believe we're still achieving the same goal. Heidi takes photos to make stories of the struggles and triumphs of regional Australia, make them accessible to people like me who only really live in the urban areas. Meanwhile, I use data and charts to find insights about business, to help inform policymakers about how we can make them thrive in our economy. At the end of the day, we're both in the business of stories. Beautiful. And using our skills to try and make the world a better and more inclusive place. So what does this all mean? What Heidi and I found throughout our journey is that this is the end of any kind of race you might feel that you're in. It was my first year out of school. I was able to focus on my studies and a routine I wasn't used to. And Heidi on her gap year was able to reflect on what was next and what direction she wanted to take. You're no longer in direct competition or comparison with anybody else. So don't feel the pressure to put on yourself to be ready. It's now your time to run your own race and measure your success against what you want to achieve, not what the person next to you is doing or what people would like you to do. It was my choice to go from school to uni to work because that's the path I wanted. I was excited and ready to start my working life helping people, so I jumped into things quickly and head first. Meanwhile, Heidi followed her nose, trusted her gut. Once she was able to take ownership of her journey, she knew that she was where she landed, right where she needed to be. What is awesome and exciting, but then daunting and scary about tonight is it's sort of a full stop. You can start again now, as whoever, whatever you want to be. The world is out there waiting and crying out for you, for whatever you're willing and able and capable of contributing. So luck is the meeting of preparation and opportunity. So you've done the preparation part, now for the next part of your life, with your education and your experiences to this point. What you have to be ready for is to capture the opportunities. You have to give it 100%. Life will throw a lot of things at you between work, further education, family, friends, and relationships. You just have to be ready to choose what opportunities you want to take and then give your all to them. Ask yourself why not? Why not try a new activity? Why not join a new club? And why not move to a new city, like Canberra? Why would anyone do that? The opportunities will not always be large and ominous, so be ready to grab anyone that you find interesting. That's really what I found. If I grabbed the one thing, a little bit of interest, they're the things that ended up taking me to Germany. When I applied for the G200 head delegate, I got it because everyone else was too scared. Or you might be in a position like Heidi, where you underestimate your ability, and you could actually land a position or an opportunity you didn't think you could, but you wholeheartedly deserve. Don't fear failing either, or letting people down, or some other reason to stop you from following your path. Because if you give it your all, then you will never fail. At worst, you'll learn, you'll pick yourself up, and you'll try again. There are times it'll feel all against you, and this is where your parents, guardians, siblings, partners, and best friends, some of who are here supporting you tonight, will become your biggest allies. And there's no weakness or harm in asking for help from them when you need it. So, here we go. Welcome to the St Hilda School alumni. I hope the stories of Heidi and I show you that whatever path you choose, you can still live non nobis solum, and the spirit of this school will never leave you. It will stay with you through your whole journey. Your story is uniquely yours and yours to tell. Your success is yours to measure. Whether you want to jump into uni and work, or you want to take a year or two, I think Heidi's 6th will be next year. Each journey is as valid and successful as the next. From Heidi and I, have a great evening. Enjoy tomorrow morning. Relax and reflect. Take a moment to pause to get ready for your journey. This is the full stop on this sentence, but there's a lot yet to come. You're going to love it. Thank you.
To us all tonight at the 2018 St Hilda School graduation ceremony. Jamie, please accept this token of appreciation. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce the recipients of the non-academic prizes for 2018. As you'll see in the program, the first group of these traditionally go to our senior prefects, and these awards acknowledge the recipients' servant leadership, commitment, involvement and service to the St Hilda's community. You'll see from the program that there is another group in there which are named for past principals, and these awards reflect the times, particular interests or passions of the principals. The St Hilda's Women's Auxiliary Prize, Alana Chesser. The Leyland Prize and the UQ Create Change Award, Afrida Imrose. The Dara Prize, Kiara Hilson. The Chairman of School Council's Prize and the Crawley Prize, Charlie Mitchell. The Philbin Prize for the House Captains to the Banksia House Captain and a non-Novus Solum Award, Anna Finlayson. The Philbin Prize for the Banksia House Sports Captain, Sophie Rice. For Carrigaroo, Adele Skaysbrook. Carrigaroo House Sports Captain is Nikki Campbell. For Melaleuca House, Tara Pearl. And Melaleuca House Sports Captain, Eve Prosser. The Robin Mason Prize for the Best All-Round Girl in Year 12, Tara Rose McNamara. The Baker Trophy, Gabrielle Smalling. The Johnston Prize, Macy Shields. The Griffiths Family Prize, Kylie Vile. The Langford Prize, Lillian Murphy. The James Award, Annalise Whittingham. The Reeves Prize, Hannah Shrubshaw. The Granosky Prize, Amelia Connolly. The Horton Prize, Rachel Gadd. The Fittock Prize, Ella Park. The Bourne Prize, Miller Harrison. Non-Novus Solum Awards to Natasha Buckler. Cheryl Chong. Emma May Ellis. Crystal Louis. Personal Best Awards to Madison Beale. Mackenzie Kirsch. Georgia Schmidt. Iman Shah. Hayley Stanich. And Keely Whittaker. I now invite Mr. Ross Boyle to the stage for the Academic Awards.
Graduation provides our St Hilda's community with the opportunity to acknowledge and congratulate the girls whose academic performances have been exceptional. However, before we commend these girls, I'd like to pay tribute to every girl in the year and praise each girl for her efforts and the progress she has made throughout 2018. The girls have worked with enthusiastic staff members to improve their individual performances and those of the group, not only focusing on their individual subjects, but emphasising core skills lessons, attending after-school tutorials, and staying at school for a number of Friday afternoons to 4:30. As you could tell from the drama presentation, the girls stayed willingly, with a positive attitude, with good grace and humour. Well, for most of the time. So, before we turn to the award winners, can you please join me in acknowledging the performances of each Year 12 girl? Now, it gives me great pleasure to announce the Academic Award winners for 2018. Excellence in Vocational Education Award, Zara Quelch. Archbishop Aspinall's Awards for the Most Improved Students, Isabel Crowther. And Ruby Dennis. The following Academic Achievement Awards are given to the student who is at the top of the subject and achieving at a very high standard. Academic Achievement Awards for Accounting and for Economics, Larissa Perrin. Academic Achievement Awards for Ancient History, for Chemistry, and for Physics, Hayley Stanich. An Academic Achievement Award for Biology, Talia Baker. An Academic Achievement Award for Business Management, Jasmine G. An Academic Achievement Award for Diploma in Business, Vivian Ultramar. Academic Achievement Award for Chemistry, Sophie Rice. An Academic Achievement Award for Drama and for Film, Television and New Media, Adele Scasebrook. Academic Achievement Awards for Engineering Technology and for Japanese, Natasha Buckler. An Academic Achievement Award for English and an Academic Achievement Award for French, Miller Harrison. Academic Achievement Award for English Extension, Afrida Imrose. Academic Achievement Award for French Extension, Marco Casta. Academic Achievement Award for Hospitality Studies, Nolwenn Vellet. Academic Achievement Award for Mathematics A, Emily Cook. Academic Achievement Awards for Mathematics B and Mathematics C, Georgia Schmidt. Academic Achievement Award for Pre-Vocational Mathematics, Gelagunjimura Yana. Academic Achievement Award for Modern History, Tara Rose McNamara. Academic Achievement Awards for Music and for Music Extension, Cheryl Chong. Academic Achievement Award for Physical Education, Keely Whitaker. An Academic Achievement Award for Visual Art, Savannah Merrick. The following awards are Academic Merit Awards and Academic Honours Awards. An Academic Merit Award is presented to students who achieve at a very high standard in 4 of the subjects studied. Recipients are Marco Casta, Jasmine G, Lillian Murphy, Nolwenn Vellet, Zoe Wan. Academic Honours Awards are presented to students who achieve at a very high standard in 5 or 6 of the authority subjects studied. Talia Baker. Natasha Buckler. Cheryl Chong. Emily Cook. Miller Harrison. Kiara Hilson. Elfrida Imrose. Emma Korf. Rachel Lynn. Tara Rose McNamara. Larissa Perrin. Sophie Rice. Adele Skaisbrook. Hayley Stanich. Joyce C. Annalise Whittingham. two most prestigious prizes are the Llewellyn Family Prize for Dux Proxime Accessit, Hayley Stanich. The Old Girls Prize for the Ducks of the School 2018, Miller Harrison.
The Year 12 musicians of 2018 have been involved in many music events during their school life, performing with distinction individually, in school musical productions, as part of our choirs, bands and ensembles, and also composing their own music for a variety of occasions. Through music tonight, they will assist us in reflection on how vital the support we receive from each other is as we navigate our everyday lives. When our world begins to fall apart and there appears to be no light to break up the dark, when we look to each other and our valued friendships, we know we are not alone. Everybody needs inspiration, and often everybody needs a song or two. And we have provided that support for each other through our years at school and hopefully well into our future lives. Please join me in welcoming our musicians to the stage as they perform together for the final time.
like a dream to me, just like kaleidoscope colors that cover me, around me, every breath that I breathe. Don't you know you're beautiful? When the waves are flooding the shore and I can't find my way home anymore, that's when I look at you.
Good evening, Dr. Wilson Reynolds, distinguished guests, the school council, the school leadership team, teachers, family and friends, and most importantly, good evening to the graduating class of 2018. I would like to welcome you all to the 2018 St Hilda's School graduation ceremony. It is truly hard to believe that we are here tonight commemorating the graduation of my peers and I, which signifies that our time here at St Hilda's has come to an end, and tomorrow we will be walking out of the school gates as official old girls. What comes to the forefront of my mind when I begin to fathom this reality is the old saying, time flies when you are having fun, and we have had a lot of that this year. In our final year as schoolgirls, each and every one of us have experienced the myriad of lasts that encompass any final year of school. And with that, we get to take with us a collection of special memories that we have made together here at St Hilda's. And these memories will stay with us forever. Our graduation tonight marks the end of an era for us, but also this is the closing in the chapter of the lives of our families, our teachers, and the younger St Hilda's girls who have been a part of our journey at this exceptional school. And isn't it just exceptional? The greatest thing one could identify about the exceptionality of St Hilda's is its culture and, in more modern day language, the school's vibe. When I refer to the school's culture and vibe, what I believe makes it so great is that our girls feel as though they have the courage and adequate support to dream big and achieve even bigger. On the 23rd of January this year, I unveiled our school's policy for 2018 and made a call to arms for our school community to live in the moment. Beneath this policy were 3 underpinning ideas and 1 value, as any good English student would be sure to include. The value at the core of my policy was celebration, and its supporting ideas were to celebrate opportunities, experiences, and interactions alike. The gist of Live in the Moment that I wished to instill in our school community was to not lose sight of reality or to fall victim to the YOLO acronym. My goal for our school was for us all to become more conscious of what is happening in the now. And as a community, we openly embraced this perspective in 2018. And I believe this can be put down to the school's incredible vibe and culture that I mentioned before. As I was writing this address and reflecting on my 13 years of schooling, I found it hard to consider that only a few years ago we were all in junior school, and for some of us the most important things in life were our littlest pet shop collection and having the latest and greatest Smiggle stationery. Then came middle school and independence was upon us. Two of the biggest highlights of middle school would be racing to the Davenport classrooms between classes to bags a wheelie chair. Or the favoured activity of dancing with the TSS boys at dance classes. And during this time, the biggest worry for the girls that week was, what are we going to wear? Before we knew it, we had entered senior school and things got real. We were coming to the pointy end of our school life and everything we did would amount to today. One of the most treasured memories of our senior school experience would be the lunchtime raves in the Jennifer Reeves cafeteria, which at times got a tad bit hectic, yet these raves were always put a stop to by the dreaded bell or hand gestures by the teacher on duty to kill the music. We have had a year full of fun times celebrating the end of this chapter in our lives. And in what seems to be as quick as the blink of an eye, we are here tonight having graduated from St Hilda's School, and each of us are on the brink of limitless opportunity and possibility. With saying this, I'm sure some of you will agree with me when I say I'm a little nervous for what is to come. But what I know for sure is that life is about to begin, and I think we are all more than ready and well equipped to walk confidently out into the world as we embark on this new journey. And for this, we must thank our wonderful school. St Hilda's has shaped us into young ladies who have become outstanding role models for all girls, have endorsed the school motto, not non nobis solum, not for ourselves alone, and have embodied the school's 5 core values of love, compassion, forgiveness, hope, and grace, which we will carry with us forever. This school has provided us with friends for life and a foundation we require to enter the world as women with a wealth of knowledge and experience already under our belts. However, none of this would be possible without our parents and families, who have provided all of us with one of the greatest gifts in life, and that is the privilege of attending a first-class school such as St Hilda's. St Hilda's is so much more than just a school. It is an extraordinary place filled with cream-of-the-crop teaching staff and infinite resources which have allowed our visions for life flourish. I speak on behalf of the class of 2018 in saying a sincere thank you to you all. Another massive thank you must go to the most important attendees tonight, and that is my peers, the graduating class of 2018. In my policy speech at the beginning of the year, I aptly described you all as an exceptional group of girls. And tonight, these exceptional girls have reached the end of their time at St Hilda's with no regrets, fabulous memories, friends for life, and in each of our hearts we know that for our senior year and the year 2018, we embraced, we celebrated, and most importantly, we lived in the moment. It has been the biggest privilege sharing my school journey with you all here at St Hilda's. I will forever cherish the friendships made and the impact each of you have had on my St Hilda's story. And I want to thank all of you for allowing me to be a part of your story too. Seniors, I'd like to congratulate all of you. We've done it, ladies. Some of us may have dreaded this day, and some of us may have been ready for this day months or even years ago. However the change, it is a factor of life. And our graduation tonight signifies quite possibly the biggest change in our lives thus far. As this chapter in our lives is closing today and we are being called to the realm beyond St Hilda's, it is now time for each of us to embark on our own journey. Wherever life may take you, girls, I encourage you all to carry the school's values with you and reflect often on the amazing experiences had and wonderful memories made during our time here. It has been an incredible privilege leading St Hilda's as your school captain for 2018. And I wish all of you the very best with whatever path you may choose to take. And it excites me already to see the extraordinary things each of you are going to achieve. Goodbye, St Hilda's. You are a huge part of who we are, and we will forever be St Hilda's girls. Thank you.
I always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one,
with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. I always knew after all these years there'd be laughter, there'd be tears, but never thought I'd walk away with so much joy but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye, but yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Another chapter in the book, can't go back but you can look, and there we are on every page. Memories I'll always save. Up ahead only open doors, who knows what we're heading towards. I wish you love, I wish you luck. For you the world just opens up, but it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Every day that we had, all the good, all the bad, I'll keep them here inside. All the times that we shared, every place, everywhere, you touched my life. Yeah, one day we'll look back, we'll smile and we'll laugh, but right now we just cry, 'cause it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know you. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. I'll always remember I'll always remember you.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life.
If you turn to the back of your program, you will see our school song. Could I please ask you to stand and join with us in singing this Hilda school song?
Please remain standing for the blessing and the war cry and the recession. Go forth into the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold fast that which is good. Render to no one evil for evil. Go forth into the world in peace. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the afflicted, honour all people, love and serve the Lord, rejoicing in the power of the Spirit, and the blessing of God the Father, Son and Holy Spirit be upon you and remain with you, now and always. Amen.
Amen.